In clinical research, essential documents refer to regulatory documents that serve to demonstrate the compliance of the investigator, sponsor, and monitor with the standards of good clinical practice and with all applicable regulatory requirements. ICH GCP groups essential documents into 3 sections based on when they are created: those before the clinical phase of the trial, those during the clinical conduct, and those after the completion or termination of the trial. Before the clinical phase of the trial, there is a whole list of essential documents that need to be filed. Prominent among these is the Investigator's Brochure, or IB. IB contains both preclinical and clinical information about the investigational product for the investigator to refer to. The documents that come next include the signed study protocol and any protocol amendments. The protocol describes the study, the design and methodology used, the outcome, the inclusion/exclusion criteria, and the organization of the clinical trial. If the protocol needs to be amended after approval, the protocol amendment will describe those changes, and it must be once again sent for ethical and regulatory approval. The next set of documents to be considered essential documents are all the information given to a subject. This includes the informed consent form approved by the Institutional Review Board, or IRB, any written material provided to the subject, as well as any advertisement material used for subject recruitment. Next come the financial disclosure forms. All financial documents and agreements entered into by the investigator and the sponsor are treated as essential documents. The CVs of the principal investigator and sub-investigators, as well as their medical licenses, are also considered essential documents. And finally, the IRB approvals for all the various documents mentioned earlier are regarded as essential documents. During the clinical conduct phase, the subject screening and enrollment logs, the case report form, or CRF, where the subject's medical information is maintained, all the source documents where this medical information was first recorded, the interim and annual reports created by the PI and sent to the IRB and regulatory authorities, as well as all the monitoring visit reports that you will create are considered essential documents. After the completion or termination of the trial, there are a set of essential documents that need to be finalized, signed, and filed. This includes documentation related to the investigational product's accountability at the site and its destruction, the completed subject identification code list, the treatment, allocation, and decoding documentation, the final trial closeout monitoring report, the final report by the investigator to the Ethics Committee and Regulatory Authority, and, finally, the clinical study report that documents and interprets the results of the trial. Though we have tried to cover most of them, the list of essential documents is quite long. As a CRA, one of your key tasks is to ensure that all the essential documents are in line with the ICH GCP requirements at all times during the study. These documents are often picked up for audit by both the independent auditors sent by the sponsor and the inspectors sent by regulatory authorities. Needless to say, ensuring that these documents are complete and filed on time helps manage the trial, but also goes a long way in confirming the validity of the trial conduct and the integrity of data collected.